محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله علي ولي الله.
Can you hear me?
How's it going? Yeah, I can hear you. Are you a Sunni brother?
Yes.
Okay, Habibi. Okay, brother. So who wants to speak to him?
يونس تفضل.
Go ahead, Yunus.
Tamam, Ali. What is the ruling on somebody who rejects the Sunnah of Rasulullah?
Rejects the hadith?
Yeah, he rejects the sayings of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Okay, the sayings is something and the hadith is something. So you're a normal person, you reject the hadith, this is kufr. The hadith.
Tamam.
This is a sahih hadith, you don't want to believe it, this is kufr.
Tamam. So when Umar ibn Khattab rejected...
Believing it, habibi, شو دخل? What's not rejecting?
Ali, hold on. I have to interrupt. Ali, please allow him to finish. Habibi, anta, I love you. Allow him to finish. Once he's done, you're going to speak. He's not going to interrupt you. You're not going to interrupt him. Please. Can we do that?
Yeah, we can do that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank
Did Umar ibn Khattab reject the hadith the Prophet wanted to write in a paper, yes or no?
No, he did not reject anything. He debated with the Prophet on a decision that the Prophet was going to make.
Are you sure?
Yes, you can. He didn't tell the Prophet, "Oh, I'll strike you down if you do this." No.
Tamam, make my screen big. So Umar ibn Khattab, just to make sure, Umar ibn Khattab did not reject the hadith that the Prophet wanted to write down on a paper, correct?
Habibi, he debated whether this hadith should happen or not.
So he didn't reject it.
When you debate something, you disagree on it happening. You don't want to.
So did he reject it or not?
Habibi, rejecting it is something. Rejecting it is not believing what the Prophet was.
Yeah. So answer. It's a yes
Habibi,
or no. So he didn't reject it.
Okay, are you gonna let me speak?
Yunus, خلي.
And when you say rejecting, okay, you're talking from an outside point of view. You're saying that the hadith, I'm a hadith rejector. I don't believe what the Prophet says. This is haram. When a sahabi, right, somebody in the time of the Prophet disagrees with what debates with the Prophet, he's not debating on a hukm. He's not debating on halal or haram. He's debating on a decision that the Prophet is making. So he's not Umar's not a kafir. He's a sahabi. He's not a normal Muslim. He's a sahabi talking to the Prophet.
Okay, so you didn't answer.
Wait, let me ask you a question. The people who disobeyed.
Ali, I'm trying to be fair, please.
Just a follow-up question, Sliv.
Ali, 1 second. Ali, just chill out.
Just keep that.
You
Hold
didn't
on.
answer my question. I
Just
asked
keep
you.
that question to yourself, Ali. Once he's done, then you
No
could go ahead
problem.
if you want to
No
answer
problem.
him. Then you could. Yeah.
Yeah, my question was very clear. Guys, am I speaking English or Chinese or Spanish? What am I speaking? I'm speaking English. My question is, did Umar ibn al-Khattab, I'll say it in Arabic for you as well. هل رفض عمر بن الخطاب الكتاب الذي أراد أن يكتبه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم? Did Umar ibn al-Khattab reject the book or the paper that the Prophet Muhammad wanted to write his narration in? Yes or no?
Bring me where it says that he was gonna write halal or haram. Well, I don't know, problem. I'll tell you that he rejected it, but he was not talking about halal or haram. This hukum, when you reject what the Prophet.
Okay,
I'll let you speak.
Yunus, خلي Yunus, please.
There's no answer.
It's okay.
When
It's okay.
somebody
Just allow him.
rejects
Hold
halal-
on. Ali, just 1 second, please, Habibi. Yunus, please allow him to finish. خليه يكمل. Let him finish. Once he's done, let's have that good conversation. Go ahead, Ali.
No problem. When it becomes halal or haram, when somebody disagrees with halal or haram, this is when it becomes you are rejecting what the Prophet is saying. وحكم Allah. This is kufr. When you are a sahabi and you disagree on a decision being made, yes, this is a mistake, not a sin. You are not you do not want to disobey God. You do not want to disobey the Prophet. You are just debating with the Prophet on a decision. Hello, and you're a sahabi. You're not a normal person. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. My question again is not answered. Guys, I asked him, did Umar ibn al-Khattab reject what the Prophet Muhammad wanted to write? Yes or no?
Okay.
Did you guys hear an answer to my question?
That's your question.
He asked a question. We'll answer him. No.
Okay.
He
disagreed.
Hold on.
One second, Ali. 1 second. Allow him finish. Like I just gave you the same.
He asked the question, was what the Prophet Muhammad wanted to write something to do with ahkam or something that's Okay, my question is this to you. When the Prophet said, أكتب لكم كتابا لا تضلوا بعده, when he said, I will write for you a book after which you will not be misguided. This guidance that the Prophet Muhammad wanted to write in a book, is it from Allah or is it from the ijtihad of the Prophet?
أخي
Look, he
لا 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 okay
بهت
no
الذي
problem.
كفر. The question,
و-
أخي, is simple.
أخي
You
لا
asked
لا I'm gonna speak no problem I'm gonna speak.
Did you listen to his question, Ali? So we don't have to go in circles, please.
لا لا no problem. So the Quran is what comes from Allah, yes or no?
Bro, answer the question. What's
Okay,
wrong
let
with
me
this guy?
speak. ما بيقدر ما
Prophet
بيقدر.
Muhammad, when he said, I will
I'm
write for
asking you a
you
question.
a
The Quran
book.
comes from Allah, yes or no?
Tamam,
يعني
tamam.
who does it come from? From Allah.
So the guidance that so the Prophet Muhammad, when he wanted to write a book,
When the
within that
Prophet
book,
makes the
what he would have
hukm,
written, hold on one second. Within that book, what he would have wanted to write is something of guidance from God, correct? Okay, beautiful. Now
لا
I'm gonna
لا
answer your question. Hold on, calm down. Why are you like so fast? What's wrong with you? Chill out. So now he asked me a question. He said, did the Prophet Muhammad want to write hukum? Did he want to write hukum, a ruling within the religion and so on within the book? Make my screen big, Soph.
Okay.
This is in Sharh Sahih al-Bukhari, the explanation of Sahih al-Bukhari by Muhammad ibn Salih al-Uthaymeen, by Shaykh ibn Uthaymeen on volume 1. He says all the way on page 300. He says, وَقَوْلُهُ وَقَوْلُهُ كِتَابًا لَا تَضِلُّ بَعْدَهُ, and the saying of the Prophet, a book that you will never be misguided after. اختلف العلماء في قوله لا تضل بعده، فإن كان المراد لا تضل بعده في الشريعة، فلا شك أن كتاب الله خير من ذلك، كما قال عمر حسبنا كتاب الله، لأن كتاب الله أفضل مما سيكتب. وإن كان المعنى كتابا لا تضل بعده، وأن الرسول لما رأى نفسه ثقل به المرض واشتد به أراد أن يكتب. Listen. He said when the Prophet Muhammad, when he was seriously ill and the matter was getting very serious about his death, he's going to pass away soon. أراد أن يكتب كتابا, he wanted to write a book في الخلافة, about who the successors are. فإن من رحمة الله تعالى يسر أو قدر أن عمر يعارض حتى يكون انتخاب أبي بكر برضا من الصحابة. تمام? So according to some of the scholars, they have said that the book that the Prophet Muhammad wanted to write within it was guidance that was either from the Sharia, meaning halal and haram, or who the Khalifa after him is, which is a guidance from who? Rasulullah and Allah Azza wa Jal. Also, let me show you this as well. Let me show you the sayings of your scholars about this matter. Different scholars, I mean, sorry, because we already showed you one. This is also in كشف المشكل من حديث الصحيحين لابن الجوزي. He says, اختلف العلماء في الذي أراد أن يكتب لهم على وجهين. The scholars have differed upon two perspectives of what the Prophet wanted to write down in the book. أحدهما أنه أراد أن ينص على الخليفة بعده. One of them is that he wanted to tell them who the successor after him is. والثاني أن يكتب كتابا في الأحكام. Boom. So your question was, when the Prophet Muhammad wanted to write down a book, did he want to include within it ahkam? According to your scholar Al-Ghazali, yes, he did. And according to your explanation of your own Sunni scholars, yes, he wanted to write down rulings. So now, my question to you, when Umar rejected the book that the Prophet wanted to write within it rulings about the Sharia, did he become a kafir or is he a Muslim? Answer the question.
Okay. Yunus, you're actually very funny because Ibn Uthaymeen is the only scholar that I take from both of those. It's clearly that he says there are two opinions. One, that the book was about Sharia and Hukum and Ahkam, and the other that the book was about the Khilafah. So there's two opinions, that the book was about the Khilafah, only about the Khilafah, or the book was only about Sharia and Al-Ahkam. So why are you lying? Why? I'm not stupid, bro. I know Arabic. So you're obviously lying. The book is either a book of hukm and halal or haram, or a book of khilafah. And you clearly said that you believe it's a book of khilafah.
Okay, is he done? Go ahead, Yunus.
Allahu Akbar. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil al-azim. So according to Ali here, he's saying Rasulullah, according to Ibn Uthaymeen, he said there's two opinions. He wanted to appoint who the successor after him is. Hold on one second.
Taymiyyah said this.
Ali, Habibi, please. Allow him finish. Just like how he did with you.
Yeah, he said that Ibn Uthaymeen, he wanted to write who the according to Uthaymeen, the Prophet wanted to write who the successor after him is. He didn't want to write a book of rulings. So Umar rejecting the book of the Prophet, wanting to name the successor, is not kufr. So my question to you is this: the one who rejects the Khalifa of Rasulullah and the Khalifa of Allah, the successor of Allah and His Messenger, is he a kafir or a believer? Boom. Quiet. Cockroach sounds. Who has the cockroach soundboard?
Mafa, I didn't hear you. Somebody was talking to me. Can you repeat your question?
My question is this. You said, according to Ibn Uthaymeen, he's saying that there's two views. He wanted to name who the successor is, and the other one, he wanted to write a book about Sharia. So my question to you is this, no issue. I'll concede with you and say the Prophet wanted to write who his successor was within that book. When Umar rejected that book of who the successor was going to be, is it not kufr to reject the caliph of God and his messenger?
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. You're clearly saying it's kufr. Hello? You agree, right?
I'm
You
asking
agree it's
you.
kufr?
You answer me.
Lala, you agree it's kufr.
You answer me, Habibi.
Okay. So right now, you are clearly saying that you are a kafir. You're saying it's kufr. You're a kafir.
He has no answer. Wallah, he has no answer.
Habibi, you're a kafir. You're saying you're a
Wallah, you
kafir.
have
You're
no
calling
answer.
yourself a kafir.
Wallahi al-azim, you have no answer. Look how he's changing
You're
the
calling
topic and
yourself a
jumping.
kafir. Wallah, it's simple. You're calling yourself a kafir.
Wallahi, this is embarrassing.
You're the one who's mad now.
يونس
You're
سوي
calling yourself a
ميوت
kafir.
سوي ميوت خليه يسولف سوي
Why are you
Yeah,
calling
yeah,
yourself
guys.
a kafir?
Let's hear him. Yeah, go.
Yes,
No,
yes,
no.
please. Allow him to finish, guys.
It's
please.
simple. It's
Go
simple.
ahead, Ali.
He wants to reject Abu Bakr and Umar, right? As Khalifas and Uthman. This is kufr, according to him. Hello? Umar debated with the Prophet on the decision of who to put as Hakim. This is kufr now. Oh, so you don't claim that it's kufr for you, but for Umar, it's kufr when he debates with his scholar as a Sahabi. Wow.
All right. Good, Yunus.
All right. Did you guys understand anything that he just said? Wallah, this is getting embarrassing, ya akhi. So he said rejecting a caliph. He didn't answer my question, by the way. I asked him, is rejecting the caliph of the Prophet and the caliph of Allah, is this kufr or not? He didn't answer. Did you guys hear an answer to my question? No, not whatsoever. Let's look at the book. Make my screen big. طيب. This is on volume 1. He says on page 408 in the book Al-Bariqa Al-Mahmudiyya fi Sharh Al-Tariqa Al-Muhammadiyya, volume 1, page 408. He says, وفي الظاهرية.
By who?
One second, ya akhi.
Who's the author?
One second.
Who's the
One
author?
second, Ali. Allow him to finish. He's going to tell you the author name and the book name.
طيب. Are you going to let me speak now?
Go ahead, Yunus. Go ahead.
تمام. So here he's saying وفي الظاهرية ومن أنكر إمامة أبي بكر, the one who rejects the imamah, the successorship, the caliphate of Abu Bakr, or the leadership of Abu Bakr, فهو كافر في الصحيح. Boom. So according to your scholars, the one who rejects the khilafah, the caliphate of Abu Bakr, then he is a disbeliever. Allahu Akbar. So now, are you gonna go with your scholars, or are you gonna go against your scholars who said the ones who reject the Khilafah of Abu Bakr is a disbeliever? Also, brothers and sisters, in the book Al-Sawa'iq al-Muhriqa, by who? Al-Haythami, Ibn Hajar al-Haythami al-Shafi'i. He says on page 138, he says, فمذهب أبي حنيفة أن من أنكر خلافة الصديق, the one who rejects, according to the madhab of Abu Hanifa, the one who rejects the successorship or the caliphate of Abu Bakr or Umar, فهو كافر. وقال الصحيح أنه كافر والمسألة مذكورة فيها في كتبهم في الغاية, and then he mentions the sources, and then he says وفي من أنكر إمامة أبي بكر وزعم أن الصحيح أنه يكفر. And he also says أن من أنكر خلافة الصديق فهو كافر. And you have many other scholars that he mentions who say the one who من أنكر rejects the caliphate of Abu Bakr or Umar is a disbeliever. Now let's go back to the question that I started from the very beginning. You said the Prophet wanted to write who his successor or who his caliph is within the book. I asked you, Umar rejecting that book, is he a disbeliever or is he a believer because he's rejecting the caliph of Rasulullah? Now, is he a disbeliever or not? Because according to your scholars, they say the one who rejects the caliph of the Prophet is a disbeliever. Answer my question.
How do you know who's written the book is not Abu Bakr?
So, okay, so Allahu Akbar. So, beautiful. So, the one, according to you, you're saying that the Prophet wanted to write that his successor in the book is Abu Bakr, correct?
I'm not saying that definitively, but I'm saying, how do you know that it's not?
Did Umar reject that Abu Bakr is the caliph that was going to be written in this book?
Umar radiallahu anhu did not know it was going to be written in the book.
Umar did. Okay, so who's more knowledgeable, Ibn Uthaymeen or Umar ibn al-Khattab?
Umar ibn al-Khattab. Wait, hold on.
No,
do you know what was written in the book?
Answer my question. Who's more knowledgeable, Ibn Uthaymeen or Umar ibn al-Khattab?
Since there are two people in here, can I also interfere?
Just this last question.
If both of them wants to interfere, let me just make this fair for both, please. Allow me to do this.
Just leave it one-on-one. So
I'm gonna just ask you this question, and I'm gonna mute up. Allah Abu Hassan continue with you.
Okay.
It's Big Mo. Who is more knowledgeable, Umar or Ibn Uthaymeen?
Obviously, Umar radiallahu anhu is more knowledgeable. But Ibn Uthaymeen is giving a theory.
Last statements, and I'm gonna mute. Last statements, and I'm gonna mute. So according to Big Mo, brothers and sisters that are watching the live, according to Big Mo, Ibn Uthaymeen knew that the Prophet wanted to write who the successor is in his book, but Umar, who's more knowledgeable, does not know. So according to Big Mo, Umar was ignorant of what the Prophet wanted to write, but Ibn Uthaymeen is more knowledgeable than him and he knew. Khalas. Go ahead, Abu Hassan.
Okay, so Yunus has no idea what he's talking about. I don't know, like, if he has cognitive dissonance or something going on. Ibn Uthaymeen, it's called a theory. This is what he thinks that the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam wanted to write. Okay, obviously he wanted, and even if Ibn Uthaymeen knew definitively what he wanted to write, why would he give two opinions? Do you not understand how this works? If Ibn Uthaymeen knew what he wanted to write.
Big Mo, it's simple. Wait, I just have to say one thing to him. He clearly saw in the book of Ibn Uthaymeen.
Ali.
لا. طيب, let me just.
It's my turn.
Brother.
It's
Give
my
me
turn.
Ali. To be fair,
I've been waiting for you.
Hold on. No. Wait. Ali, please allow me to moderate this. Please.
Okay.
Let them listen, Ali. Habibi atta. Let Abu Hassan respond to what Big Mo said. Once Abu Hassan is done, you could take over. You, Ali, or Big Mo. Either of you guys. You guys have to work it out. Okay? Please allow Abu Hassan to respond. I don't know if Big Mo was done. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, Abu Hassan. Go ahead.
Okay,
respond
can you just make my screen
after
bigger?
that,
Just make my screen bigger for once. Inshallah.
I got you.
Inshallah. Yalla ya Allah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Let's see, is this only the theory of Ibn Uthaymeen or was it someone else? This is Fath al-Bari bi Sharh Sahih al-Bukhari, the interpretation of Sahih al-Bukhari by Al-Imam Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani. Okay? Imam al-Jarh wa al-Ta'dil. The Imam of the books of Rijal. You know, the ones that they authenticate the men in chains, etc. Look what he says in the interpretation of this hadith. قوله كتابا, he's saying I want to write a book. قيل هو تعيين الخليفة بعده. It was said that he wanted to appoint his caliphate after it. Not only this, this is in which volume? This is in volume 7, page 846. Not only this one, also in another one, in the same book, but in different volume, which is volume 1. ماشي, volume 1 on, لحظة واحدة, here, volume 1, page 287. He says the following. كان أراد أن يكتب كتابا, that the Prophet ﷺ wanted to write a book, ينص فيه على الأحكام ليرتفع الخلاف. So the Prophet ﷺ wanted to write a book so the people doesn't get شنو, يعني fight with each other over stuff. ماشي, so there will be no disagreement between the people. وقيل بل أراد أن ينص على أسامي الخلفاء. It was said that he wanted to appoint all of the caliphates, because the Prophet ﷺ says in a mutawatir, mass transmitted hadith, سيبقى الإسلام عزيزا منيعا حتى 12 خليفة. The Islam will be strong as long as it has 12 caliphate, or until 12 caliphates. And he says here that he wanted to appoint the most of them حتى لا يقع بينهم الاختلاف, so the people will not disagree. So now my questions is to my Sunni brothers. One question. One of you can answer it. Is there any nas in the Quran or Sunnah where it says you can disagree, or as Ali said, debate with the Prophet's order? Go ahead.
Yeah, so you're totally misunderstanding everything that I just said, and Ali was trying to just say.
Let me answer. I was about to answer. Just give me 1 second, all right? So first of all, you clearly read out your friend Yunus, right? Who wants to act like a Athari in his username. He clearly said, he read out for us in Ibn Uthaymeen's book, that the person, right, who believes the opinion that in the book that the Prophet was gonna write, he was gonna make a hukum halal or haram, then Umar is not a kafir if he disagrees, because the greatest book is the Quran, and it is what tells us what is halal and haram. Okay, this clearly shows that if it was this, then Umar is clearly not a kafir. But you want to choose the opinion that it was about the Khilafah. No problem, we'll debate you about the Khilafah. Let Big Mo continue. He'll continue as much as he wants.
Yeah, both ways. The thing about the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and him telling them to come and bring the book, it clearly was not an order, it was a recommendation. And that's shown because there was multiple people in the room, and if you want to believe that all the Sahaba that were in the room and all the Muslims that were available at that time decided to disobey Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in an order, then that's something that does not even cognitively align with anything we know about Islam. So if you want to be objective and look at the situation, then you can understand that it was a recommendation. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he advised people to bring him the paper and the pencil in order for him to write them something that would help them. But Umar ibn Khattab, he thought that this would be something that would be difficult on him, and obviously he understood that this is something that the Muslims already knew, something that the people already knew. And there's another hadith where Aisha narrates. She says that Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, I'm reading the English translation, said Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said to me during his illness, I was thinking, or I wanted to send for Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu and his son to appoint him as my successor, lest the people say the caliphate should be so and so, or lest anyone should hope for it to be themselves. Then I thought Allah and the believers would reject anyone who was less qualified than Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu. So this shows that this is something that Umar ibn Khattab, he assumed that everyone already knows, and they didn't need to put pressure on Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam during his illness for him to write this down for them.
Okay, thank you. Let me just do this, since both of you guys are like interjecting, just to make it fair. Yes, Yunus. Just to make it fair on regarding this discussion on both of you guys. Do you guys want me to do a time so both of you guys could like interject?
It's okay. The way we're doing it right now is perfect.
Okay, you got it, because you know why? Because Ali spoke, but then Mo spoke. You know what I mean? So I wanted to do both of you guys. Like I wanted to put in time, and once you're done, Yunus, whatever the time left, Abu Hassan could take over as well, and that goes with the Sunnis as well. It's up to you guys. I'm just, you know.
I think it's okay this way.
So now,
Nobody's in trouble.
okay,
Go
so
ahead.
now make my screen bigger really quick. So let me ask you a question before I continue. When the Prophet Muhammad said, "U'tuni aktubu lakum kitaban la tadhulluna ba'dahu," was this a command or was this a recommended?
This was a recommendation.
This was a recommendation?
Yes.
Brothers and sisters, this is in the book المفهمة لما أشكل من تلخيص كتاب مسلم by Al-Imam Al-Qurtubi on volume 4. He says on page 557 or 558, sorry. He says وقوله وَأْتُونِي أَكْتُبُ لَكُمْ كِتَابًا لَا تَضِلُّونَ بَعْدَهُ. And when the Prophet said, bring me a book so that I may write for you something after which you'll never go astray. لا شك في أن أُؤْتُونِي أمر وطلب توجه لكل من حضر فكان حق كل من حضر المبادرة للامتثال لا سيما وقد قرنه بقوله لا تضلون بعده لكن ظهر لعمر والطائف معه أن هذا الأمر ليس على الوجوب وأنه من باب الإرشاد إلى الأصلح. Boom!
Wait, okay, so...
Let me translate for the audience. Mute up. Let me translate.
Go ahead, no problem.
Sisters, he claimed that the Prophet Muhammad's command was something that was...
Did you say she?
No. One second.
Did you say she?
No, I said you. You said that the Prophet Muhammad didn't give a command that is obligatory. Rather, he gave a recommended order to bring him a pen and paper. According to Al-Qurtubi, what I just read for the non-Arabic speakers, he says, and his statements, come to me, I will write for you a book that you will not go astray after it. There is no doubt that come to me is a command and a request directed to everyone present.
And what did it say at the end?
It was the right of everyone present to take the initiative to comply, especially since he coupled it with his statement, you will not go astray. So here Qurtubi, he
what says... What did it say after that?
Hold on, one second.
More. Allah.
I want him to translate the whole thing since he's translating the supposed to be
I'm going to translate all of that. I'm going to translate
the rest. Why are you stopping in the middle? Translate the rest.
Yeah, and he's saying what is apparent is that Umar understood it as something that is not obligatory. That's
as a recommendation. As a recommendation.
So, okay, beautiful. So okay, mute up now. Let me finish. So brothers and sisters, he keeps saying, continue it like it's going to help him. If anything, this just shows that Umar is ignorant.
Obviously, don't want to translate the rest.
Hold on.
Allow me finish, please. I'm trying to be fair on both sides. Okay, allow me finish. Once he's done, then you could go ahead and respond to him and tell him, you know what, you were lying, and show him what he lied in this and that, brother. Please. Go ahead, Yunus.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, brothers and sisters, there is jazm within this narration. Why? Because the Prophet Muhammad says, لا تضلون بعده. So when there is لا تضلون بعده, this right here is doing jazm to the command before it, meaning that the Prophet is commanding for them to bring him a pen and paper. Why? How do we know if it's a command or not? We know it's a command that is obligatory because of his saying, you will not go astray. That's where the jazm comes in. That's one. Two, the saying of Al-Qurtubi, ظَهِرَ لِعُمَرٍ, from what is apparent to Umar, is that the Prophet Muhammad did not, the command of his was not obligatory. So Umar understood it this way according to Al-Qurtubi. But according to the Arabic language, the command, hold on, let me finish. But according to the Arabic language, if you know Arabic, there is jazm here between utuni and la tadhullu ba'di, right? So this, if anything, Qurtubi here is showing the jahl and the ignorance of Umar ibn al-Khattab when it comes to the Arabic language. Because had Umar known the Arabic language, he would have known that there is jazm here because of the saying of Rasulullah, la tadhulluna ba'dah. So either way you take it. Hold on, one second. And this is the understanding of Al-Qurtubi of what Umar and what appeared to Umar ibn al-Khattab. So it's up to you. You either say Umar was ignorant. Hold on.
No problem, bro.
I'm done. I'm almost done.
Wrap it up, bro. Wrap it up.
I'm
Come on,
almost
hurry up.
done. I'm almost done.
He's about to be done. Please
This
allow
is
him.
a
You can take your
theory.
time as well.
Yeah, this is a theory by Al-Qurtubi that Umar, it appeared to him that it was a recommended order. This is a theory by him. But you have two options. Either one, you say according to Umar, he understood it as a command that is recommended. If you say that, then that means Umar, I want you to say Umar is a jahil when it comes to the Arabic language. He's ignorant of it. Or two, Umar understood it as an obligatory command, and Umar disobeyed Allah and His Messenger, because the Prophet said, "Whoever obeys me obeys Allah, and no one who disobeys me disobeys Allah." So go ahead and answer me. Which one do you?
Okay, so okay, beautiful. Thank you so much.
But
Do you know why he
just
started
to be
panicking?
honest,
Real quick,
just-
Abu Hassan, let me
بس
respond and then
لحظة،
you can go.
بس
No problem. Wait,
one
second, Abu
second,
Hassan.
outside
Give
the
me, no,
subject.
it's my turn.
Well,
King
no,
Silv,
it's
moderate.
not. It's
King
not.
Silv, moderate. It's my turn.
It's not. I will
Okay,
tell
so
you
wait,
why.
what?
I
Abu
will tell
Hassan,
you
stop
why.
panicking. Abu
لحظة.
Hassan, Abu Hassan,
لحظة
let me
واحدة
finish, then you
أخي.
can go.
أخي
يا أخي هدي
الكريم.
أعصابك يا أخي. Let
أخي
me do it. My
العزيز.
turn. It's my
قلبي
turn.
حبيبي.
It's يا أخي, bro, relax. No,
Big Mo's turn, bro. It's
حبيبي
actually
بس King.
Thank you. Okay. It's
He
my turn.
and
Abu
Ali
Hassan,
both
Abu Hassan,
spoke.
King,
Abu
Big
Hassan,
Mo's
Abu
turn.
بس
Hassan. Let
لحظة
me.
واحدة just
Mo, chill
Abu
out.
Hassan.
Chill out, Mo.
It's my turn. Okay, so
No,
basically,
it's not your turn.
the
One
source
second.
that the source.
Wait.
Yo,
Let me do
Eunice,
this,
you
guys.
just spoke. Let me
Guys,
speak.
Understand me for once.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
Abu Hassan, allow
King
me,
Silv,
please.
it's my
Hold
turn.
on. Hold
He
on,
wants to
guys.
speak to
I
the
got you.
host.
I got you.
Mo,
Let me
chill
make
out.
this fair. No.
We're
Hold on,
speaking to the
guys.
host. Sylv, listen. Ali went, and then Mo
No.
went, then I
Eunice, you
responded.
said
One
it's my
second.
turn after
Allow
you.
me. Hold on,
So
guys.
now
After you
it's Abu
said it, you
Hassan's
speak
turn.
and then I speak.
Hold
So now
on,
it's my
hold on.
turn. So now
No,
I'm
no.
gonna
Ali
speak.
spoke
Hold
before
one
you.
second,
Then you
guys.
spoke.
I'm
Then I
trying
responded
my
to you.
best. Hold on 1 second. Mo. Okay. Okay. This is why I asked both of you guys. You guys want to do Ali speaks, Mo speaks. Once both of you guys are done, Abu Hassan speaks, and Yunus. You guys want to do that?
No, Abu Hassan he's trying to damage control because Eunice he
No.
messed up very
Just
bad.
1 second.
So
You guys want to do
so
that? I want both of you guys to agree or to
yeah,
to
we can do
disagree.
that, but either way, it's my turn. It's my time this time because
Okay.
Eunice just
Yunus
addressed me and it's my turn.
خليه يحكي
So
خلص بعدين أبو
So
حسن.
before, let me speak to the host. 1 second, Mo. So the thing is, Ali spoke, and then Mo spoke, then I spoke. It's only fair that Abu Hassan goes, because they both spoke,
Okay.
and then it was my turn. Now it's Abu Hassan, and then it goes back to them.
did you not say I can speak after you though? Did you not just say that?
من عندي هدية, a gift from me, let him speak.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna cry if you don't let him
Okay,
speak.
beautiful,
Abu
beautiful,
Hassan
beautiful. Okay, let's
is
go. Thank
being,
you. So
thank you, Abu. Hold on, Mo. Thank you for Abu Hassan for being nice and everything, brother. I appreciate you. Mo, go ahead, speak
Okay,
now.
come on.
Mo, remember, if Ali interjects as well with you, brother, both of them are gonna speak.
Okay, then you can put a timer on then because it's not about who interjects or how many people speak. It's about the time. So you can put the timer for this then.
Okay, how many times do you guys want, Abu Hassan or Yunus?
Just put 2 minutes.
2 minutes, 3 minutes.
2 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. Let me go 3 minutes.
Okay, Tom. So the source.
Just 1 second. Go ahead.
Okay, so what's called Eunice, he brought up a source, alhamdulillah, he brought up a source that cooked his entire point. From the beginning to the end, if anyone was listening, Eunice's entire point, he said that this hadith proves that Umar ibn al-Khattab is a kafir. Okay? That was his entire point. But if you were listening carefully, by the end he said, oh, there's another option. Oh, maybe Umar doesn't understand Arabi. He's all these other things. And tell me one person that says if someone doesn't understand Arabi, they're kafir. That's why he's going back on the original argument because he knows it doesn't stand. The source that he brought by Imam al-Qurtubi, he says that Umar ibn al-Khattab understood this as a recommendation. At the end, very clearly, Umar ibn al-Khattab understood it as a recommendation. And we know in Islam, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. So if you understand something as a recommendation and you do not understand it as an obligation and you say, okay, and you make your due diligence and you come up with a decision, how would anyone in their right mind say that is kufr? And even Yunus himself said that's not kufr. He said, oh, Umar ibn Khattab he doesn't understand Arabic. What type of argument is this? You're going to start saying, oh, he's a kafir, and at the end you're going to say he doesn't understand Arabic? It makes no sense. If that's your entire point, then you conceded by just bringing up that source. You should have never even brought it. He just cooked you all the way from beginning to end. That's it. Ali, do you have anything to add for the 1 minute and 30 seconds?
I just need to say, Yunus, wallah صراحة يعني, your first argument was that Umar's a kafir and you debunked yourself. I just want to say I'm really sad for you, bro. I'm sorry for you. I hope you can cope well, you know. I hope you can drink some اشرب شوية شاي وتروق دمك يعني أبدا. To be honest, you cooked yourself وقرطبي cooked you. Ibn Uthaymeen cooked you. All the Sunnis literally cooked you. It's just a bunch of cooking against the Shias today. I don't get it.
All right, are you guys done? All right, beautiful. So they're done. Go ahead. Who wants to speak first? Yunus or Abu Hassan?
Yeah, I'll just speak for like 30 seconds and then I'll let Abu Hassan speak.
Okay, Habibi, go ahead.
Or even less. Really quickly, brothers and sisters, they keep saying, Qurtubi cooked you, this guy cooked you. According to Al-Qurtubi, the command that Rasulullah gave was obligatory, while you said that it's recommended because you're jahil when it comes to the Arabic language, because there's clearly jazm, as I proved from the lugha. That's point number one. Point number two, the second part that Al-Qurtubi mentions is just his own theory. He's saying what is apparent, meaning that's how Al-Qurtubi understood it. Now, can you prove that Umar ibn Khattab understood it as a recommended command instead of being an obligatory command? And you didn't answer my question when I told you, Umar ibn Khattab, is he jahil when it comes to the Arabic language, or is he fluent within the Arabic language? Because earlier you just said, well, clearly during that time, people were well versed in the Arabic language. So if people were well versed in the Arabic language, then Al-Qurtubi's theory is flawed, because then Umar would have known that this is a command and a amr that has jazm within it, according to the siyaq of the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. Go ahead, Abu Hassan.
Can just make my screen bigger, inshallah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. A quick questions to the brothers of Ahlul Sunnah. From my time, do you agree with the Qurtubi statement? Yes or no? Just yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Another quick question. Was this a recommendation? Yes or no?
Okay, that's a loaded question. I can't answer that. Yes.
It's just yes or no. You said it's recommendation. So do you still say? So do you still believe it's a recommendation? Yes or no? That's it.
Okay, can I? If you want me to give you a full answer, I can give you full. But I can't answer
It's simple. Was it a recommendation? Yes or no?
Yeah, I told you if you want me to answer, I can. But if you want yes or no, I can't answer that because it's loaded.
Up time, Abu Hassan. Just continue.
Okay, make my screen bigger. So now they don't want to
You
answer.
have it, go
Why?
ahead.
Because they agree with Al-Qurtubi. What did Al-Qurtubi say? Even this is Ibn Hajar mentioning this. Why? Because Ibn Hajar said he will do talkhis and he will take the most important, which is authentic, which is what? وقال القرطبي وغيره. So not only Al-Qurtubi, but other people. Also Ibn Hajar. He says, ائتوني أمر. It was an order. وكان حق المأمور أن يبادر للامتثال. But it was obligatory for him to follow it. Look at Ibn Uthaymeen that they follow, because this تحقيق of Ibn Uthaymeen, this book. He says وهذا دليل على أن الصحابة قد يختلفوا في أشياء وترتفع أصواتهم, that the Sahaba can disagree and their voices gets higher. ولكن الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يكره ذلك. But he hated this. لهذا أمرهم بالقيام. That's why he told them, يعني he kicked them out. ولذلك لما صارت الأمة يقاتل بعضها بعضا. And this is the reason why the people start fighting each other today. وتركوا قتال الكفار وحصل ما حصل للأمة الإسلامية. And they left the war against the disbelievers, and they start wars against each other. Go ahead. See how
Thank
I
you.
follow the time.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Go ahead, Big Mo. Do you want the big screen of Big Mo or not? Or no?
No, I don't have any sources to put. But
Okay, let me go ahead and put the timer on. Hold on. Let me put the timer on real quick if you don't mind. Go ahead.
So first, I have a question. So, is your position still that Umar ibn al-Khattab is a kafir because he did not bring Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam a paper? Okay, and do you agree that Al-Qurtubi even said that Umar ibn al-Khattab did not understand it as a command?
No, he said he understood it, but he had other opinions.
But did it say that he understood it as a recommendation at the end? The source that Yunus just put up, or I think you had the same source as well.
He says وأنه من باب الإرشاد إلى الأصلح فكره أن يكلفوه من ذلك بدا لعمر. It's something
What
that
is من باب
appeared to
الإرشاد?
Umar. You asked me. Wait for the answer.
Yeah.
He says
Go ahead.
بدا لعمر. So it's appeared to Umar that he shouldn't make the Prophet tired. And we will come to that inshallah. Go ahead.
What does it mean? What does it mean من باب الإرشاد?
From guidance.
Irshad can mean recommendation as well, right?
No, irshad means guidance. أرشد الإنسان إلى شخص ما. I
Okay,
recommend him to someone, or I guide him to someone.
okay. Can you read the last part one more time? Because I don't have the source. Read it one more time.
وأنه من باب الإرشاد إلى الأصلح فكره أن يكلفوا من ذلك ما يشق عليه في تلك الحالة مع استحضارهم قوله تعالى وما فرطنا في الكتاب من شيء.
Okay, now can you translate that part?
He says, and it appeared to them that they don't want the prophet to be more ill, and they
No, from
thought,
the beginning. From the beginning.
yeah, this is from the beginning.
No.
Which one do you want?
Read it from
Okay, I'm gonna read it and then translate it because I don't work for you.
Okay.
ائتوني أمر وكان حق المأمور أن يبادر للامتثال. Translate that. We will go one sentence at a time. Translate.
Wait, say it one more time.
ائتوني أمر وكان حق المأمور أن يبادر للامتثال. Translate.
Yeah, that we don't have any disagreement with that part.
Yeah, translate it
What's
so the
next?
people understand.
Yeah, he said that Al-Qurtubi is saying that Tuni, the word bring me, is a command. That's what Al-Qurtubi is saying. But
Okay.
he said
And-
that it's from the right of whoever is there to do that command.
Okay,
To act upon the command.
so it was a command.
Yes. So that's okay. So that's the part where it takes a little bit more. I have to explain. The hadith itself, the wording of the hadith itself, is a command. But obviously, we know that not all the hadith are word for word exactly what was said at that time, and it doesn't have a lot of context.
So Bukhari
that's
can
why-
change in the
that's why.
hadith?
I'm not saying. Are you saying that every single hadith is word for word the same matan?
Yeah, that's what your ulama have said because
It
they
doesn't.
said
It doesn't. The hadith are not the exact same word.
so. The
That's why
hadith are not
اختلاف
قطعي
الحديث.
الصدور in your books.
The hadith are not word for word exactly what the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said. It contains the general meaning though.
Okay, your time is up though. Sorry.
All right, thank you guys. That was amazing. Appreciate you guys for being respectful. Guys, please, again, I just want to remind the audience. Anybody's going to blaspheme towards Shia, Sunnis, Christians, even all of you guys, whoever's going to each other now, if they want to say, sorry, I had a phone call. If they want to say something, as of just, this guy is winning W this and that, that's fine. But if they mute them, that's the only reason where you're gonna mute them. Okay. Now, Yunus or Abu Hassan, whoever that wants to take, and if they want to have a conversation with you guys, they're more than welcome to do so during their time as well, just like how we did.
Okay, look, because I didn't get to the point, so I don't know if they have something to respond to. So if they want me to finish, I can finish.
I didn't go, brother.
Yeah, can I? I'll respond really.
It's up to Yunus. This is their time. It's up to them.
Yeah.
أخي, I didn't go.
Ali, no. Ali, no. The time was up, Habibi. It was 3 minutes. Mo took all of the time, okay? Let's do it next one. If Mo wants you to go during the time, you're more than welcome to do so, okay?
Okay.
Just sorry to interrupt. Can we do like 2 more rounds and after that we can do like we question each other?
Yeah, of course. If that's what you guys want, 100%, I'll do my best to moderate between you guys.
Yeah, okay.
Of course. So, who wants to start? Yunus?
Yes, Yunus time.
Yunus?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead, Habibi.
Yeah, really quickly. So he's saying that this command is recommended. Again, we proved earlier that Al-Qurtubi says it's amr, it's a commanded, and it means an obligation. Upon their Lord morning and afternoon, seeking his countenance. Not upon you is anything of their account, and not upon them is anything of your account. So were you to send them away, you would then be of the wrongdoers. So Allah here is telling the Prophet Muhammad, if you were to kick out the believers, meaning from his house or from a majlis, a gathering that he's within, then he will be from the wrongdoers. So my question is this: when the Prophet Muhammad kicked out Umar and the firqa that was with him, who opposed giving him a pen and paper, when he says da'uni, right? When he says, leave me alone, get out of here. When he said this, was the Prophet a wrongdoer or was he right in doing this? You have those 2 options. So answer me that during your time. Also, another thing is, the saying of Umar ibn Khattab here, Hasbuna kitab Allah, the book of Allah is sufficient for us. According to your scholars, the one who says Hasbuna kitab Allah is a kafir or a zindiq. And the evidence for that, I'll show you right now on the screen. Is my screen big, Sylv?
Yes. Go ahead. It's already big.
Yeah, this is in Kitab Awn al-Bari, and this is by Rabi' al-Madkhali. He says on page 828, he says, فَإِذَا جَاءَ إِنسان يَقُولُ لَكَ حَسْبُنَا كِتَابَ اللَّهِ. If a man comes to you and says, حَسْبُنَا كِتَابَ اللَّهِ, the exact saying that Umar said. Or, يَكْفِينَا كِتَابَ اللَّهِ لَا تَأْتِينِ إِلَّا بِكِتَابِ اللَّهِ كِتَابُ اللَّهِ بَيْنِي أَيْدِينَا مَا حَلَّهُ حَلَّلْنَاهُ وَمَا حَرَّمَهُ حَرَّمْنَاهُ فَاعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ مُبْتَدِعٌ أَوْ زِنْدِيقٌ. So answer the question, is Umar a mubtadi'? Is he an innovator? Or is he a heretic for saying, حَسْبُنَا كِتَابَ اللَّهِ, the book of Allah is sufficient for us? That's the second question for you guys. And I don't have anything else. Abu Hassan, do you have anything you want to add, akhi? Go ahead.
خلص هو فد مرة على المداخلة الجاية استلم.
Yeah, and subhanallah, and he didn't answer my question. He said this is by the way the theory of Al-Qurtubi. Al-Qurtubi has no proof for this. Can you bring me from the hadith where it says Umar understood it as a recommended command? And are you saying Umar is ignorant when it comes to the Arabic language? Because any Arabic speaker who reads this will know it's a command that is obligatory due to the jazm within the siyaq. Now go ahead and answer that, inshallah. And you never answered me about the Umar rejecting the Sunnah, because according to you, to your scholar Ibn Uthaymeen, he wanted to write who the Khalifa is. So is the one who rejects the Khalifa of Allah and His Messenger a kafir or not? Go ahead.
All right, it's done already. Okay, so you guys want to do one more round, and after that, questions, right?
خليها one more إن شاء الله.
Yeah, we'll do one after the
All
question.
right, I have about, just to let you guys know, I have about an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay, no problem.
Okay,
So
is that good?
okay, yeah. See that
Let me
the
put
only
a
thing.
timer. Hold on, Big Mo. Let me put a timer for you guys, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, so the problem here is that the goalposts keep being shifted. We have one core problem that we want to debate, and it is if Umar radiallahu anhu is a kafir for not bringing the pen and the paper. Okay, in the whole argument, it crumbles right when he brought the from Tafsir al-Qurtubi, or from Imam al-Qurtubi, where he said that Umar ibn Khattab understood it as a recommendation, and anyone who understands Islam, they know that the actions are based on the intentions. So if he understood it as a recommendation and he didn't do it, then there's no way you can say he's a kafir for that. Okay, and then answer the question that Yunus asked. He asked that in Surah Al-An'am it says ولا تطر loud or anything like that. And then even in another surah, in Surah Al-Hujurat, it says, I don't know if I'm gonna quote this entirely correctly, but it says ولا ترفعوا أصواتكم فوق صوت النبي. So it says, do not raise your voices over Allah. So that by itself is a reason for them for that to happen. It's not like they're disbelievers for that. And then your last question, what was it? Last question again?
Did Umar reject the what the Prophet wanted to write? Yes or no?
Okay. He said that Umar radiallahu rejected what the Prophet wanted to write. No, you said your last question was about the Khalifa. What was that? You said who rejects the Khalifa?
The right who the Khalifa is, according to Ibn Uthaymeen and your scholars, and the majority view of your scholars.
Not according. Wait. Give me the 54 seconds. He's saying according to Ibn Uthaymeen. Ibn Uthaymeen said there are two opinions. One that it was about the hukm and halal haram, and one that it was about the khilafah. That's all I have to say. He did not state directly that it was about the khilafah.
Yeah, but Ibn al-Jawzi says, وَالْأَوَّلُ أَظْهَرُ.
Maybe we're talking about Ibn Uthaymeen. You're quoting Ibn Uthaymeen. Don't lie. When you quote Ibn Uthaymeen, don't lie.
Yeah, when did I lie? I literally said Ibn Uthaymeen says that this is about the khilafah. You wanted to point who the khalifa is. What's wrong with this guy?
All right.
Yeah. So
This guy, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Even if it is about al-khilafah, even if it is about the khilafah, even if even if I go with your statement that you're saying that Umar radiallahu anhu knew it was at khilaf and he still didn't want it to be written down, it's because there's another hadith in Sahih Bukhari where it says that it says Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he wanted, the one that I just read, he says, I was thinking, or I wanted to send for Abu Bakr and his son to appoint him to be my successor, lest the people say the caliph should be so and so, or anyone for
Alright, your
hope it
time
would
is
be
up.
themselves. Okay, just let me finish the hadith. And
Go
and
ahead.
it says, or the people say, hope for it to be themselves. And I thought Allah and the believers would know to reject anyone who was less qualified than Abu Bakr. So Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he knew that there's something that was a given already.
All right. Thank you for your time, Big Mo, Yunus, or Abu Hassan. You guys could go. And after this round, we're going to do questions. All right. And how long do you guys want to do the questions? Like, for example, a cross exam, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, each one of you guys?
كل واحد 3 minutes to ask.
3 minutes. I think that's
Or
really good.
or make it total 4 minutes. Each person gets 2 minutes of the teams. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Make it 4 minutes.
that sounds good, actually. Okay, 2 minutes each. That could question. Okay, the opponent. Okay, beautiful.
Just make my
I think
screen
Ali
bigger.
left.
Let me respond to him really quickly, inshallah, and then
Go
I'll
ahead.
go over it. So I'm glad that he somewhat answered the questions this time. So in regards to the verse that I brought to him, do not kick out those who believe and so on. He said this is about the beggars who come and ask. Well, not according to Ibn Kathir, because Ibn Kathir says, وَقَوْلُهُ لَا تَطْرُدِ الَّذِينَ لَا يَدْعُونَ رَبَّهُم. He says, أي لا تبعد هؤلاء المتصفين بهذه الصفة عنك بل اجعلهم جلساك وخصائك كما قال. So he says, rather this here, Allah is telling him, do not push away or kick away those who have these attributes that are mentioned here in this verse. Rather, make them sit with you and make them from your close ones. So what is the attribute that is mentioned in this verse? Is that those who pray and do these good deeds and so on, which is the acts of every single believer. So that's boom, number one. Boom, number two, he said the ayah, يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا ترفعوا أصواتكم فوق صوت النبي. I'm glad that you brought this verse, but why don't you complete it? Allah says, وَلَا تَجْهَرُوا لَهُ بِالْقَوْلِ كَجَهْرِ بَعْضَكُمْ لِبَعْضٍ أَن تَحْبِطَ أَعْمَالَكُمْ. Allah says, do not raise your voice over the voice of the Prophet Muhammad, lest your deeds become void. So in this hadith, it says, كَثَرَ اللَّغَطْ, right? It says that their voices grew loud. And the firqa of Umar, their voices grew loud, denying the Prophet Muhammad, the pen and paper. So Umar, when he raised his voice above the voice of the Prophet Muhammad, then guess what? His deeds are void. And according to Ibn Taymiyyah, he says the ones whose deeds are void is a kafir, he's a disbeliever. And this is, let me show the scan for it so I don't get called a liar. Make my screen big. This is in Al-Saram al-Maslul ala Shatim al-Rasul by Ibn Taymiyyah al-Harrani, 112 to 114. He says, لا يرفع المؤمن صوته فوق صوت النبي. And he gives the evidences for it until he says, يركبوا في الذين تركه غاية الوجوب والعمل يحبط بالكفر. He says the amal, the deeds are void through disbelief. So when you become a disbeliever, your deeds become void. And when your deeds are void, you become a disbeliever. And he uses many verses in the Quran to prove this. He says, وَمَنْ يَرْتَدْ مِنْكُمْ عَنْ دِينِهِ فَيَمُتْ وَهُوَ كَافِرٌ فَأُولَٰئِكَ حَبِطَتْ أَعْمَالَهُمْ. وقال تعالى ومن يكفر بالإيمان فقد حبط عمله. And he mentions many verses that say those whose deeds become void are disbelievers and so on. Or Umar ibn al-Khattab became a disbeliever. Allahu Akbar, takbir. Why? Because he raised his voice over the voice of the Prophet, making his deeds void. And Ibn Taymiyyah in the Quran says those whose deeds are void is a disbeliever. So the question to you, did Umar become a disbeliever when he raised his voice over the voice of the Prophet, as the Quran says, or will you oppose the Quran, yeah, Big Mo? And by the way, the whole reason this verse was revealed because Umar and Abu Bakr were raising their voices above the voice of the Prophet in Sahih Bukhari. So they were already warned before and they did it again. Go ahead.
All right. So we don't.
So this is the last round.
Go first for Q&A.
Momo Habibi, just 1 second. This is the last round. After this, it's gonna be a cross exam. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. I thought no. Right now it's cross because that was last round.
Right now. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Let me go ahead and put the timer. Hold on. Let me put a 2 minutes timer. Just 1 second. I gotta do this. You ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Wait, it's 4 minutes, not 2 minutes.
Oh, I was gonna do like 2 minutes for you guys and 2 minutes for them, but let's do 4 minutes. It's okay. It's fine. Let's
Yeah,
do.
It's 2 minutes for each person.
No, it's four. It's four in total. Me and Ali can split it however you want.
ايه هو ايه.
Yeah.
Can you hold
So
on?
for
Hold
four.
on. I'm not even understanding. What do you guys mean by 4 minutes total?
Put 4
يعني
minutes. And then
يعني
we can
سليب
split it.
4 دقائق كل واحد ياخذ دقيقتين.
يعني انا يمكن اخذ 3 دقائق وهو يمكن ياخذ
Oh,
دقيقة.
I got
Yes,
you.
yes.
Oh, I got you. So okay, so now I got it. Each team could get 4 minutes total. 4 minutes. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put 4 minutes. Hold on. I didn't get it. I thought you guys meant like 2 minutes each team. But let me go ahead and fix this real quick. Go ahead.
Okay, so my first question is, if Umar radiallahu anhu understood what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a recommendation, and he decided to not bring him the pen, does that make him a kafir?
Yes.
You said yes. So if it's a recommendation, does that mean does it mean it's obligatory?
Yes.
It means obligatory.
Yes.
You think that recommendation means obligatory?
Yeah, because according to your scholars, the one who rejects that, who the Khalifa of the Prophet is a kafir. So Umar rejected
That's not what I asked.
the Khalifa of Rasulullah.
No, that's not what I asked. If I said, do you think that a recommendation is obligatory?
Yes, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran in Surah Al-Ahzab, ayah 36, وَمَا كَانَ لِمُؤْمِنٍ وَلَا مُؤْمِنَةٍ إِذَا قَضَى اللَّهَ وَرَسُولُهُ أَمْرًا أَنْ يَكُونَ لَهُمُ الْخِيَرَةُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِمْ وَمَنْ يَعْصِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ فَقَدْ ضَلَّ ضَلَالًا مُبِينًا. Translation: it's not for a believing man or woman.
Wait, 1 second.
I'm going to translate it.
1 second, you're wasting my time. 1 second.
Yalla, go
So
ahead.
what does qada mean? Does that mean recommendation, or does that mean something that is ordained?
It's everything that the Prophet says is an order. That's what Allah says.
No. Okay. Pause real quick. Al-Qurtubi clearly said that Umar understood it as a recommendation. So I'm going to repeat my question again.
Yeah,
if Umar understood it
that
as a
Umar understood it this
recommendation,
way from the narration,
huh?
prove it. Prove Umar understood it this way from the narration. You're just using a theory
Okay, wait.
that Al-Qurtubi came up with.
Yunus.
We're not gonna run away from the
This is
sources.
their time, Yunus.
Wait, okay, Kingston, real quick. We're not gonna run away from the sources that you brought. If you bring the source, you're gonna stand on it. Do not run away from it. Al-Qurtubi and the source that you brought said that Umar ibn al-Khattab understood it as a recommendation. Now y'all keep trying to move away from the question, and Abu Hassan wanted to say that qada means the same as recommendation. It does not. Qada means ordained, and recommendation means something completely different. So if there's a recommendation, meaning you have the option to pick yes or no. Okay, if Umar al-Khattab understood this as a recommendation, does that make him a kafir if he chose not to do it?
Yes, and I will prove to you why if you give me time.
You have 15 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, so in Sunan Abi Dawood 3646, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a Sahih Hadith, it says, أسمع من رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أريد أحفظه فنهتني قريش. So Quraysh told him, do not write. وقالوا أتكتب كل شيء تسمعه من رسول الله بشر يتكلم في الغضب والرضا. So you write down everything that the Prophet says, even though he can be angry and mad sometimes. فأمسك عن الكتاب. So he didn't write. فذكرت ذلك لرسول الله. So I mentioned this to the Prophet. فأومأ بإصبعه إلى فيه. So he pointed his finger to his mouth and he said فقال اكتب فوالذي نفسي بيده ما يخرج منه إلا حقا. So I pointed to his mouth and he said, write down with an angry tone,
Okay.
because everything that comes down
time's
from
done,
my mouth is
done.
haqq.
Okay, time done. Okay, so the guy wants to confuse the word haqq with obligatory. I don't know what keeps going over your head when I keep saying recommendation. I'm not saying what Rasulullah said is not haqq. Haqq means truth. What Rasulullah obviously said is true. I'm asking you, if it is a recommendation and it is understood as a recommendation, does that mean that you have to, for example, tahajjud is a recommendation. Does that mean that if you don't do it, you're a kafir? No, it doesn't. So can you answer the question? If something is a recommendation,
Because
if you do not do it,
because that's in ibadat, not in ta'at al-amr. Ta'at al-amr is obligatory in the Quran, whether it's recommendation or not from the Prophet. Because لا ينطق عن الهوى. Because Allah says لا ينطق عن الهوى. He doesn't speak from his own
is a
word.
recommendation hawa? Is a recommendation hawa?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
لا
then what is your
ينطق.
point?
Because listen to the verse. لا ينطق. What does it mean لا ينطق?
Okay, لا ينطق means he does not speak from his own desires. Just because it's a recommendation does not mean it's from his own desires. I don't know why you keep saying that.
Time is up.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for this. This has been respectful so far. Appreciate you guys.
يونس أخذ أول دقيقتين وطينا آخر دقيقتين.
Okay, now it's the Shia's time. Let me go ahead and put the timer. Whenever you guys start, I'll go ahead and start the time as well. Whenever you ask the question.
تمام. Well, this is يعني عجيب. He's rejecting the first saying of Al-Qurtubi where he says it's a command that is obligatory, and he's taking Al-Qurtubi's theory because Al-Qurtubi says وَالظَّاهِر, what's apparent, meaning his own understanding of the narration. You have to first prove that from the narration that Umar understood it as a recommended command. This is just a cope. You're just copium. This is copium 101. Now, my question to you is this. What is the ruling on somebody who calls the Prophet Muhammad delirious? Is he a believer or is he insulted Rasulullah?
You said if they call him delirious?
Yes.
Well, no, if there's something that's going on like a sickness where it's affecting him, then you can say what's apparent.
Do you know what delirious means? Delirious means yahdi, meaning he's crazy, and he's just saying BS, and he's saying things that are incorrect. Al-hidyan and al-fuhsh, which is something obscene and something that
Fuhsh means rabies.
Huh?
Fuhsh means rabies. But if you mean delirious, as in like.
So we can call the Prophet Muhammad delirious when he's on his deathbed, when he's seriously ill.
Okay, so if the word delirious itself, it means like, for example, if someone has a high fever and you can't think straight, then someone could call you delirious as a noun, as an adjective.
Who's delirious? Are they in their right mind?
No.
Or is their mind not there?
No, you're not in your right mind when you're delirious.
So the Prophet Muhammad, when Umar called him delirious, was he truthful or lying?
Yeah, if it's completely normal to be
so the
delirious.
Prophet Muhammad wasn't in his right mind.
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And where's the hadith where he called him delirious? Where's the hadith?
Okay, beautiful. Make my screen big. This is in Kitab al-Riyadh للقاضي العياض. He says كما ورد في الأحاديث الصحيحة من أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال في مرضه ائتوني بدوات نكتب لكم كتابا لا تضلوا به من بعدي فقال عمر إن الرجل ليهجر حسبنا كتاب الله. Umar said the Prophet is doing hajr, and al-hajr, according to your scholars, is al-hidyan, which is delirious. So now my question again, when Umar called the Prophet, he's not in the right mind, he's lost his mind, he's being delirious, yahdi, he's just talking crazy. Was he correct or was he lying?
Yeah, I mean, there's something that's happened to Rasul before. It's not something that's an insult.
Umar ibn
It's not like
Khattab
he's
was
insulting
truthful
him.
when he said the Prophet is not in his right mind and is delirious and he's been talking crazy.
No, I'm not saying that he was truthful. I'm saying that that's
so
what
Umar
was
ibn
apparent
Khattab
to
was
him.
lying.
Oh my goodness, bro. I'm saying that that's what was apparent to him. I'm not making a judgment.
Like did the Prophet lose his mind or not?
I was not there. I don't know. I'm saying that's what was apparent to Umar.
He can't even deny that the Prophet Muhammad doesn't lose his mind. Subhanallah. And then a refutation to him really quickly.
Okay,
1 second. Hadith in Sunnah ibn Majah, the Prophet says, the companion tells him, I write from you, but the Quraysh told me to stop. So he said, write, for everything I say is truth, even when I'm in anger, and even when I'm pleased, or even when I'm joking. So everything the Prophet says, even when he's sick, joking, whatever, he's always saying the truth. So Allahu Akbar. Go ahead.
Give me the last. Make my screen bigger for the last 30 seconds. A quick question, Mo. If someone tells the Prophet you're doing zina, is he a rightful one?
No.
Okay, Ahsan, barakallah bik. Because where we go here, we see Ibn Hajar says, قال عياض معنى أهجر أفحش. We go to شرح العقيدة الواسطية for Ibn Taymiyyah by Muhammad bin Salih al-Uthaymin. He says, والفحش أي الزنا واللواط. Thank you very much. And also look what Ibn Hajar says. He says,
okay,
وَوَقَعَ ذَلِكَ فِي. Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt.
No, bro. You're not gonna do that.
It's his time.
Add to me time.
Okay, you said he's not gonna insult. You said he's not gonna
I didn't insult.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Oh, he's obviously mistranslated.
How? Okay, I'm gonna take it out. And I want you to read it and translate. Okay? What about that?
No, that's not the problem. The problem is
that's
you're
the
intentionally
problem
picking
because
a
you
wrong
took my
mistranslation.
Hold on.
You took my time and you called me for a
Abu
liar.
Hassan, you're gonna get more time before getting interrupted. I have to be fair about this. Mo,
Yeah, he
please.
can get 30 seconds. No problem.
Allow him to
Wait,
finish.
let me just take it out.
Go ahead, Abu
I
Hassan.
closed the book. Let me just take it out. 1 second. So the people doesn't say anything. لحظة واحدة. Alright. Here, what does الفحش mean يا مو? What does he says? قال قاضي عياض معنى أهجر what أفحش. صح لو لا؟ يقال هجر الرجل إذ هذا وأهجر إذا أفحش. Right?
Okay. Well, stop right
Okay,
there.
one second. So it means أفحش according to Qadi Iyad and Ibn Hajar, right?
Okay, wait. That's the way. Hold on. This is the problem because you're taking
Is
a
it
word
yes
that
or
have multiple
no?
meanings.
I don't
Wait,
care.
give me
I'm
a
not
second. Give me
adding
a second.
anything. I'm not
No,
adding
okay.
anything. I'm asking
Okay,
a
my
straightforward.
opinion, my answer is the word can have many meanings. That's what the answer is.
Okay,
Simple.
is one of the meanings أفحش, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. And now,
And
what
now
does
you're gonna go and find a
wait?
different translation for the word
Why
up, and that's the
are
problem.
you
wait,
interrupting?
Mo,
Give me a
please.
second.
Mo, please
Why
allow
are
him
you
to finish.
interrupting? Give
Oh
me
my
a
goodness.
second.
Okay.
I know it's hard. Wallah, I would feel the same if
Nothing's
I
there.
was
Wallahi, it's
As
not
much as
difficult.
you're,
Okay,
hold
Wallahi,
on,
it's not
let me
difficult
just
at
make
all.
this clear.
Wallahi,
Let
al-Azim, it's
me,
not difficult at all. 0%.
Mo, one
Relax,
second.
yeah.
Mo, Habibi. As much as you interrupt Mo, he's gonna get more time. I'm trying to be
Go
fair
give
on
him
both
30
sides.
seconds. No problem. Go give him 30
It's
okay,
seconds.
not
don't
that.
interrupt.
Allow him finish. Go ahead.
Okay. So now we agree that one of the meanings of أهجر with a hamza, which what Umar says, it means فحش. Now, فواحش جمع فاحشة وهي الذنب الذي يستفحش مثل الزنا واللواط. Point. It means فواحش, يعني the plural of this word is the jama of this word. It's a sin that someone does, like zina, adultery, and homosexuality. Point. Did I add anything from my pocket? How did I curse?
So was the word
Did the
fahash?
Prophet do
Or
zina
what was the
liwat
word that's right
according to
there?
Umar?
Here it says
Yeah.
أفحش here. وأهجر إذا أفحش.
To be
Okay,
fair,
what is
fair,
afhash the same as
whatever
fahish?
Abu Hassan,
Or
just
the
one
whatever
second.
word you just tried to translate?
Because we're gonna go in
This is the
circles.
problem. You
Mo,
take a word,
My time
and then
is
he
done.
goes and he's like,
Mo,
I'm
Mo,
gonna
Mo.
let me
respect.
give you an example of
I'm
what he's
gonna
doing.
respect the host, and I'm gonna mute
Well,
myself.
thank you guys. Thank you guys. That's it. It's done. Appreciate you guys. Now we could do, if anyone wants to ask questions, we could do that as well. It's up to you guys. I'm just offering this to you guys.
Well, it's up to you, Abu Hassan. Do you want to stay longer or you want
I
to?
have
أنا ما عندي
about
شيء.
20
حياهم
minutes.
وبياهم.
It's up to you guys.
I don't got anything going on. I was just gonna go get some water real quick.
Okay.
So I'll let Abu Hassan continue.
To be honest, I had look how many questions I had for them written down, but I didn't ask anyone of this because I didn't have the time. If they want to go on and answer those simple questions, I have no problem. But if not,
Okay.
I understand. No worries.
And then we did put
Let's do another round. Let's do another round
Yunus.
of Q&A.
Yunus.
between us.
So
Yeah.
for the ones that are watching, we have 163 people. We did make a poll. We created a poll. Go ahead and vote and tell us who won the debate. It's whether the
Let's
Shia
do-
or the Sunni.
Before the poll. Wait, before the poll. Let's do. Do you guys want to do one more round?
Yeah, we could do one more.
One more round
round
of
of what?
Q&A. Go ahead. You guys have your 3 minutes, and then we'll have
Q&A. Let's do Q&A.
4 minutes.
yeah, last round, and then khalas, we'll end this.
You guys want to do what? Like closing statement and that's it?
No, we're gonna do one more round of Q&A.
Oh, a round of Q&A, like what we just did.
Oh, Q&A. Okay. Oh, hold on. You guys are saying Q&A. What do you mean by Q&A? Q&A is when
Okay,
people
bro,
are going to ask questions.
Just put 4 minutes on the timer, bro. Just put 4 minutes on the timer.
Bro,
Like
this is not a
cross-examination.
Q&A. This is cross-exam.
Yeah,
Yes.
cross-examination.
Okay, you guys want to do cross-exam? Okay, again. All right. Let me go ahead and Mo 4 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm not gonna take all the time. I'm gonna give Ali some time this time because I just have to get the same question. So the question is, if something is a recommendation, does that mean it's obligatory?
If it's from the Prophet according to the Quran, yes.
Okay, so if the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he says that it's recommended for you to wash your hands 3 times when you do wudu, but it's only obligatory once. That means you have to wash it 3 times?
In ibadat. Ibadat is different because that's ibadat tawqifiyya. When it comes to the orders of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's obligatory to follow every single order according to the Quran again.
Okay, so I'm not asking you about an order. I asked you about a recommendation. Do you understand the difference between
Yeah,
an order and a
but the
recommendation?
problem is you're not understanding my answer. I said everything the Prophet says is an order. There is nothing in the Sunnah or the Quran that it's called recommendation. If so, bring us the verse. Go ahead.
Yes, so now you're twisting my question because you don't want to answer it. Al-Qurtubi clearly said that Umar ibn Khattab understood it as a recommendation. So we're going to use that as a baseline. So don't try to retract and change the definitions and then come back and answer a question that I didn't ask you. I asked you if something is a recommendation, don't change the question. If something is a recommendation, does that mean that you must follow it?
It's from the Prophet, yes.
Oh my goodness, bro. If something
Prove me wrong.
something is a recommendation,
If
Okay,
it's from the
if
Prophet,
something is a
yes,
recommendation.
I'm answering you.
Oh my. Okay, so you're saying that Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam cannot make a recommendation. That's what you're saying.
If everything Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, we made it clear, everything He says is an order. Otherwise, ya akhi al-habib, bring us a verse that says otherwise. Go ahead, tfadhal.
Yeah, obviously there's many. So if the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, if you want to, you can bring me a paper. Do you have to do it?
He didn't say that though, did he?
No, I didn't ask you if he said it. It's a theory. It's a question. If the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, because you said he cannot make a recommendation. If he said, if you want to, you can bring me the paper.
In al-ibadat al-tawqifiyya, yes. But when it comes to an
Are you,
order like...
bro, can you answer the question?
I'm answering, but you don't
If
understand. You know, that's up to you.
said, if Rasulullah said, if you want to, you can bring the paper. Is that an obligation?
Yes, because it's an order.
Oh my god, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, bro. Okay, Yunus, Yunus, what do you think, bro? Because this guy, I'm not even trying to insult, but bro, do you think that Rasulullah can make a recommendation?
Allah says, "Ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul." Obey Allah and obey His Messenger.
Okay, that's not what I asked. Do you think that Rasulullah can make a recommendation?
Rasulullah, when he sends commands directly towards somebody, you have to obey
I didn't
them.
ask you about a command. I didn't ask you about a command. I said a recommendation. Do you not understand? Do you two not understand what an order and a recommendation and a command is? They're three different things. I'm asking you about a recommendation. Please stop asking me about a command.
Okay, proving this narration was a recommendation.
That's besides the point. I asked you if it was a recommendation, do they have to follow it? If it was a recommendation.
If the Prophet commanded an individual, then yes.
I'm not talking about a command, bro. Please, Eunice.
We answered you. We both answered you. What's wrong with this guy?
Oh my, bro, y'all acting dumb for a reason because you don't
Wallahi,
answer
we're not
questions.
acting dumb. We answered.
Wallahi, you are acting
Recommendation, not command. Yeah, Habibi. Recommendation, not command. If it's a recommendation, are you a kafir if you don't do it? Just answer the question.
Just said in al-ibadat
Are you a kafir? No,
al-tawqifiyya.
no.
I'm answering, yes. I'm gonna
Don't do this
answer.
again.
Yes,
Are
in
you
the
a
acts
kafir
of
if you don't
worship.
follow
In
recommendation?
the acts of worship. But
No.
when
Are
it's
you
a
a
direct
kafir or
command
not?
by the Prophet Muhammad himself to an individual, they have to obey it, no matter
Bro,
what.
okay, they're running from the question. They're trying to say that Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam cannot make a recommendation. That's what they're trying. It makes zero sense at all.
No.
Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam obviously
Give us
recommendation.
more time. Well, these guys were just yapping about nothing for 30 seconds. You gotta give us 30 seconds, bro.
Well,
Okay, I'll give. It's okay. Here's what I'll do. I'll give you guys another 15 seconds.
okay, yeah, just because they were off for a long time.
Go ahead. 15 seconds. You guys have.
Okay, Tom. Okay, so basically what you're saying is that the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam cannot make a recommendation. So everything that the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said. So actually, let me ask you this: from the ibadat, what's the difference between what you're saying about al ibadat and whatever else? And what's the
Al-ibadat, for example, when the Prophet ﷺ, he said you can pray 2 rak'at after al-anfal. That's a recommendation. That's not an order. But when it comes to asking someone directly, that's an order. There is no recommendation in that case.
Okay. See, you're positing that it's an order, and I want you
Last
to be
question,
able.
guys. Last question.
Last
we'll go
question.
ahead.
Last question. If Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, because Al-Qurtubi says that Umar ibn Khattab understood it as a recommendation, so we're going to rephrase the question into a recommendation. If Umar ibn Khattab understood the request as, if you want to, bring me a pencil and paper, and he didn't do it, is that kufr?
Yes, because it's an order individual.
La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, bro. You're very dumb.
Are you gonna be here for 10 minutes asking the same question?
Recommendation.
Okay, thank you guys.
Is he a
Thank you.
kafir or
Give
not?
me
Ali,
give
Habibi,
me
the
5
time
minutes
that-
now
that
because they
ends.
took 5 minutes.
Huh? Yeah.
Give me 5 minutes because they took 5 minutes.
Yeah, he can have 5 minutes, no problem.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and hold on, guys. Go ahead.
Okay. Any of you, what did the Prophet say that makes him seem that he was Yahjar?
The Umar ibn Khattab understood it that way because of how high the
I
fever
didn't
was.
say understood. Listen to the question. What did the Prophet say that made him seem that he's delirious?
It was the fever. It was not the statement.
Okay, thank you. Now, is there any verse in the Quran that abrogates the obedience verses?
Obviously not. No.
Okay, so is it obligatory upon every single
Actually,
Muslim?
wait.
Wait,
Let me.
it's my time. It's my time.
go ahead.
Khalas, you answered. Is there any verse in the Quran where it says you can have your own opinion against the Prophet? Yes or no?
Yeah, no, but there's a verse in Surah
Yes or no?
You asked me to bring you a verse. I'm trying to bring you a
I
verse.
didn't say bring me a verse, did I? I said, is there any verse that says you can have an opinion against the Prophet's opinion?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. So now, when ayat Kamal ad-Din, it says, اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم. Is this verse, does it abrogate the verses of obedience? أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول.
No.
Okay. When the Prophet ﷺ was sick, which part of his body did it affect? Did it affect his brain?
Yes.
So it's affected his brain.
Yes.
So he didn't know what he was doing.
Generally, that's how fevers work. It heats up the entire body.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, is there any dalil shar'i where in the Quran or in the Sunnah you can tashukku bin Nabi? Yani you can say, oh, maybe the Prophet's not telling the truth?
No, but that's not what he said.
Okay. I didn't say he said that. Why are you defending?
Yeah, I answered your question. I said no.
Okay. So now, the second question. Was the saying of Umar the truth, or was it the Prophet saying that was the truth? Which one?
They're both true. They're not contradictory.
Okay, so which one do we take? Do we take the takfir of Umar because he didn't follow the Prophet, or do we take the Umar's opinion and we say the Prophet, his brain was affected?
Yeah, they both can be true. They're not exclusive.
Okay, which one do we take, we as Muslims right now? Which one do we follow?
Okay, yeah. So us as Muslims, we understand from the hadith that the Rasul ﷺ, he wanted to write down something that was a recommendation, and Umar ibn Khattab decided not to take the recommendation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, can you prove to me from the hadith that it was a recommendation?
You already did it. It's in Al-Qurtubi.
No. Al-Qurtubi says the following. Al-Qurtubi says Umar understood it as a recommendation. Is there a proof from anywhere that it was a recommendation? Because Al-Qurtubi clearly says it was an amr. You agree or do you disagree? Did he say it's an amr, yes or no?
Yes, the word.
Did Al-Qurtubi believe that it was an order?
He believed that the wording of the hadith was an order, but he was not there to get the exact wording from Rasulullah ﷺ.
Okay, well, nobody was there, so you weren't there to defend Umar. So that's
Umar
not
was there.
So that's not an argument. The argument is the argument is if Umar was his understanding the correct understanding?
Yes.
Okay, if it was his correct understanding, why did the people fight with each other? Half of the people says give him the pen and paper, and the other followed what Umar said.
Because I know you don't understand what a recommendation is, but
no, I understand. Okay, I agree with you.
There's two options.
I
with a
agree with
recommendation.
you.
It's a yes
I
or a
agree.
no.
Listen. Don't waste the time. I agree with you. It was a recommendation. Why did the other Sahaba not understand it as a recommendation? Rather, they understood it as an order. Which part of the Sahaba? Wait. Yes, because they fought with each other, and then the Prophet kicked them.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and the Prophet kicked them.
No, that's not what happened. With the recommendation, there's two options. So there's going to be a group that says yes.
Can you prove
that says no.
it's a recommendation? Yes or no?
You just said we're going to go with it as a recommendation. You literally just said that.
But can you prove it? It's yes or no.
Bro, okay.
Simple.
Okay. So the way we're going to prove this, so you're saying that the wording...
Can you prove it yes or no? I'm asking yes or no.
Umar ibn Khattab understood it as a recommendation. But
okay, was his understanding correct?
Yes.
Okay, if his understanding is correct, why did the Prophet kick them out?
Because they were being loud.
They were being loud. And being loud, is that being a mu'min? Because because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَمَا أَنَا بِطَارِدِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. So the Prophet says, Allah told the Prophet, on the Prophet's tongue, that he doesn't kick the believers. And did Umar... Did Umar get kicked from the house? Yes or no?
Yeah, that's a bad translation. He got kicked from the house, but that's a bad translation.
وَمَا أَنَا بِطَارِدِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. What does it mean?
It means not rejecting the mu'minin. That's what
ما أنا بطارد. Did Umar get kicked? Yes or no? Last question.
Rejecting. He did not get rejected. But
did he get kicked? Yes or no?
From the room, physically, yes, but that's not what the verse means.
Thank you very much.